starring in the brand new movie Willard, which is a very cool film. Let's take a look.
I'm sorry that I left you. I got scared, and so I came back here. It's all over, Ben. You can live anywhere. You can go anywhere. I have nowhere.
Pretty intense. Please welcome Crispin Glover. Very cool hair, too, I gotta say.
Thank you.
How do you get the part in your hair? It's like you took a gun and shot it.
It takes some concentration.
It takes a concentration and an architect's help, I would think. That is pretty amazing.
Good.
Thank you so much for coming. I was really excited to meet you, and it's really exciting to have you on the show.
Well, thank you.
I saw this movie last night. This is an intense movie. And you know what's really strange is you do an amazing job in this film. That's not strange.
Thank you.
But I think the second best performance in this movie is that rat, Ben.
Oh, Ben's really
You're
good.
like watching the movie, and there are these type, like, there are all these scenes where you're talking to the rat, and they cut in close. The rat's good.
Oh,
the
yeah,
rat, that is one good rat.
Yeah, and the other rat too, Socrates.
Socrates is good too.
And I had a lot of emotional scenes in the film, and there were different rats that were trying to do different things. You know, that scene where I'm going to commit suicide, and it's kind of a tearful, emotional scene.
Right.
And they would have a rat that would run down perfectly every time at the point when my blade would just about pierce the skin, and then it would save me. And if I'd had to, like, break and go into a different, get out of the emotion of it, would be very difficult. But I was
so the rats are highly trained. But the Ben rat, I have to say, like, there'd be a scene where Ben needs to look jealous, and they cut to this rat. He's kind of like, oh, jealous, and you're like, how did the rat do that? These are.
But some of that's, of course, the cinematic. Like Hitchcock talking about. Right. You put
you create the mood, you create the tension, and then we fill it in.
Yeah.
I didn't think the rat was that good. Now. Just trying to butter up the rat a little bit. I may have him here next week, and I want him to watch and go, I like this guy. Now, I'm curious because the rat Ben is bigger than I thought rats could ever be, and it looks like a real rat. I mean, this rat is like this long and has like rivets. It's like a tank.
Yeah, it is about that big, its body, and then with the tail it's about that big, and it feels like you're holding a cat. When you hold it, but
only you're not. You're holding a rat.
Right. But and it is a real rat. It's an African Gambian.
So they went and got the biggest rat in the world.
Yeah, that's right.
Because this rat looks like it could bench press like 500 pounds.
It's a big rat.
It's smoking in parts of it. It's a tough rat.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of movies you see today, there's fast food tie-ins.
Right.
No fast food tie-ins in the rat movie, I noticed. There's no like rats running by a McDonald's sign, right? No one wanted, I guess, in on this one.
I guess not. No.
They're like, I don't think so. Not this movie. Let's talk about, like, I've noticed that in the movie, your character's very put upon.
Right.
He's very meek, and he dresses up in these sort of his father's clothes, these old man suits.
Right.
And then I meet you, and you wear clothing that's very similar to your character in the movie.
I do.
What's going on here? And is there a giant rat backstage that you're training to attack humanity?
Well, I mean, maybe some of it has to do with liking wearing certain kinds of clothes, but it also made sense for me to wear that particular kind
in the movie. In your own
film.
life, do you like to wear a lot of suits?
Especially if I'm doing a public appearance or something. And but I like to present myself. That's nice because we have
everyone who comes here. No one has that attitude anymore. They all show up and they're like, "Yeah, I'm here," and they're naked half the time, or they're wearing like aluminum siding. They don't care, but you dress up for the occasion, which is nice.
There's a certain amount of respectfulness. Yeah.
Thank you. Well, I got you gave me my props. Thank you. I think we have something in common, which is that I kind of have this weird fascination with like 19th century, 20th century weird stuff, like phrenology heads that show you like the parts of the head and that you can buy, and I'm sick that way. And then I know that you, for many years, I don't know if you still do it, but you used to collect like medical operation tables and things like that.
I don't have a collection, but I do have one antique medical operating table, a nice stainless steel one with a lot of gears. And
is that something that you lay out sushi on when the guests come over?
Years ago, I had it displayed kind of an art setup in my apartment, but I bought a house and it's kind of a different setup, and I don't have it displayed as well. And I also have an antique, a really beautiful ophthalmologist wax display of eyes. Before photographs were around, they used to make eyes to represent various diseases and problems. So
you have wax sculptures of eyeballs that are diseased.
Well, it's not just the balls, but it's the whole eye area, so you can see the anomaly that's existing. But it was before. This used to be a popular thing before photographs were invented.
I know, but it just seems like a strange thing. Like, a lady comes over to the house, and you're trying to set a romantic mood, and you put on the Barry White, and you get out the fondue, and then there's some eyes hanging out.
Well, what about the phrenology heads?
I was lying. I was trying to draw you out. I would never do that. I don't know what you're talking about. But now I know all about you, you sicko! What's wrong with you, man? It's an old technique.
But the truth of it is it ends up being a very good conversation piece. And
it is here, too. Yeah.
And women seem to find it interesting.
Yeah,
so,
I think. Okay, I don't want to know anything about that. It's time to break out the diseased eyes. Willard is in theaters now. I was really happy to meet you. I'm a big fan of yours, and I think you make very cool movies. So I hope you'll come back and visit us again.
I would love to.
Yeah, very neat to have you here. Crispin Glover, everybody. Horatio Sands coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
On Willard. One of the smartest, creepiest movies ever.
Oh my God.
Crispin Glover gives his most brilliantly disturbing performance.
What can we do?
Willard brings the Hitchcock tradition back to the movies.
Tear 'em up.
Crispin Glover is...
They'll do anything I tell them.
Rated PG-13. Now play.